Okay, man, I have no idea what to say in this video, but 1.4 million players is crazy, and I thought Roblox games would never see the light of day. And I'm gonna say this with absolutely no mercy in my voice. How in the ever-living f*** does this game have this many players? Like, whoa there, buddy. Like, there should not be 1.4 million consecutive players playing this game where you barely even play the game. There's barely a game here. Like, what? Okay. Over dramatizing over, let's talk about the actual topic, and let's also explain how this game has garnered an audience as large as it is. But before I do that, let's explain what Grow a Garden is. Grow a Garden is a game? I mean, it's kind of hard to call it a game given how it's barely a game, because all you do in this game is grow a garden. But it's not like there's any type of interesting mechanics that make it an actual game. You kind of press a button, you plant whatever seed it is, and the whole selling point, I guess the whole thing that gets people attached to the game is that... Excuse me. The whole selling point of what people get attached to this game is that your seeds will grow offline. It means basically if you were to plant a carrot seed, come back 2 or 3 minutes later, it would be grown, or at least, partly grown. And that's like the big selling point of this game and why it's like so widespread, because it's basically like growing a garden, but instead of doing it in real life and actually having a plant to eat at the end of the day, you just get pixels on a screen. All jokes aside, this is a pretty interesting concept and is executed pretty well. The developer was very self-aware that this game would become popular, given how it's very low effort to get into. That being said, there are many problems that come along with this. Believe it or not, I don't have many complaints when it comes to the game itself. I mean, I just personally find it boring, but what I find boring is what someone else might find entertaining. So, by all means, if you find Grow Garden, Souls RNG, or any other quote-unquote slop game entertaining to you, go ahead and keep on playing it. I genuinely couldn't care less. It's your preference, your opinion, your time, and you can use it however you want. Just be free. I'm just making this video for discussion, and also to figure out just exactly how is this going to affect Roblox going forward. Because we have seen a bunch of innovative games such as this before, but not to this degree. It feels like every time there's a new idea like this coming out of the blue, there's always going to be some type of major side effect, and I'm going to explain first the negative side effects, but also the positive side effects later. Actually, I don't like to be the Debbie Downer here, but there's probably more negative than good. But either way, continue to enjoy the game as you please, but just know that there is a lot of things bad for this. The sheer influence of just having a game so successful is going to encourage developers to follow in the footsteps of the developer or developers of this game. Grow a Garden, without a doubt, is going to have some clones. We've seen this time and time again with simulator games copying the formula of Pet Simulator, and with Souls RNG being copied off of with its RNG mechanics. We're going to see more slop appear out of thin air. And I think I speak for all of us, we don't want that, man! Like, bro, I just sound like Mickey Mouse, dude. Oh my god. Developers copy off of each other, whether it be for inspiration, or in this case, a lot of them just copy for the sake of just making money. Making money on Roblox is kind of the priority now. I mean, we're in a hyper-optimized era of the internet where making money off the internet is probably everyone's end goal. It's like kind of like the end game, like your last resort, like your everything. Everyone wants to make money on the internet, and I mean, I kind of reached it with this YouTube channel, but with developers, it's much harder because they have to put so much more effort into just making a game. So why make an innovative game when you can just copy an already successful formula? And that's where, not really the problem comes in, that's where the influence becomes a little bit of a concern for many players like myself. And when I refer to players such as myself, I'm referring to older players, believe it or not. I am 19 years old. And I want to address this argument as simple as possible, because the argument of Roblox being a kid's game has always been kind of a gray area for me, and also a very one-sided argument, and one side seems to convince themselves they're always right. Yes, Roblox was intended to be built for children, but the thing is, about that, how do you define what is built for children? I mean, there are certain things that are obvious, like children shows, like Dora the Explorer or Blue's Clues or whatever show you name. There are certain things that are inevitably built for children, but as the audience and the resources in the games have expanded upon more wider audiences, it's kind of hard to decipher what is made for kids and what's not. Because there's a difference between made for kids and made for wide audiences. And I'd say Roblox is just made for a wide audience. It's not meant for children anymore. Even David Bazooka himself, which I don't like him, let's be honest here, I don't think he's doing a good job of protecting children on this platform, which he should be doing, and I do think Roblox children should be protected. Let me get that straight. I do think the children of Roblox should be protected, and Roblox is doing a terrible job at it. I'll probably make a video on that later, but anyways, to finish off my argument, David Bazooka himself is like, we want Roblox to be appropriate for a wider audience, we want to aim for an older audience, and Roblox has expanded past the kids era, and people saying Roblox is a kid game is, it's a very dumb argument, because you're saying, well, Roblox is a kid's game, but it's like, well, I mean, it's trying to change that. So, back to the actual argument at hand, I'm getting a little sidetracked. How does this affect older players? How does Grow a Garden and the current state of modern Roblox games affect older players? Well, since Roblox is supposed to be a family-friendly platform with a wide spread of games, these games that are promoted towards older audiences, they won't like them. I got recommended Grow a Garden, I don't like it. I got recommended Souls RNG, I don't like it. I don't like any of those games that are barely even games. We want to play actual games. And a lot of older audiences have realized that those idle games, sure, they might be entertaining, sure, they might give you a little thing to do on the side, but we, at the end of the day, and most of us, and I speak for most of us, want a proper game. And that's what we come here for. Or at least a game that's free, because let's be honest here, a lot of people who play Roblox don't play Roblox because they love it, because they play it because it's free. I mean, I know for sure I played it because it's free, and not like I'm gonna be like the Roblox lover 89, bro. The point is, actual Roblox games are being buried under this, I guess, quote-unquote slop. And it's kind of a shame to see a lot of indie developers not getting the recognition they deserve. However, it was kind of expected, and that's why we probably have to do some type of movement to make sure there's a better discovery on this platform, because finding good games is like finding a needle in a haystack. And the haystack is created by none other than the younger players, because since they rule the kind of majority vote, because they are primarily rampant on the platform. Keep in mind, Roblox, I do believe, is made for family-friendly audiences. I don't think it's completely made for kids anymore, but they do have a significant part of what we see in the algorithm, but they also are affected internally by these games, because I don't like to bring up psychology, but let's just be a little speculative at this part. I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. Alright, so these games like Souls RNG, Grow a Garden, and any simulator game, all these slop Roblox games, we call them, have one similar issue. Low commitment, high reward. Basically, they reward you for doing absolutely nothing or the bare minimum, and they give a really bad precedent, or they set a really bad precedent for the kids. And I know that's kind of a crazy thing to say, because how does video games affect people, how they think? You would actually be surprised, because video games do affect a little bit of how we think. Maybe it's not like to the extent of a child playing GTA 5 and wanting to go rampant on the street, but it is to the effect of subconscious decisions and the development of a kid's brain. Think about it this way, alright? Basically, it's like eating slop or healthy food. If you play a game like Souls RNG, that's slop. That's fast food, alright? No argument. You might enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. If you enjoy Souls RNG, all the more power to you, but objectively speaking, it is a slop game. It is meant to just farm engagement, nothing else, nothing more. It is built that way, fundamentally. It's like fast food. If you enjoy Souls RNG, it's kind of like going for a Big Mac. You enjoy that Big Mac, and then you leave, right? You do it once in a while. Or maybe you do it in the background. The thing is about that, when you're only consuming hamburgers or Big Macs to your body, what happens? If you've seen if you've seen fast food babies, or just any fat person in America, you know the effects on eating fast food constantly. And that's the exact same thing that's going to happen to the Gen Alpha children that are consuming these games. The Gen Alpha children that are playing these games constantly are going to have underdeveloped brains. Puzzle games were a big part of my childhood, or not a big part. Puzzles in video games, just puzzles in video games, or puzzle games, or just games with substance. That's what I'm saying. Games with actual substance were a huge part of our childhood and strategy. Like, a lot of my skills in video games translate to real life. I am not joking, and they will. Whether you believe so or not, they will, and If not, it will subconsciously affect how you go day-to-day life. Because I treat my life in real life like a game, and that allows me to decipher and do things with decision making. I'm not saying it's like what saved my life. I'm saying it helped me contribute to being a functional human in society. So when you have Gen Alpha children doing all this stuff, where you're playing these Roblox garden games where you click around, press 1 or 2 buttons, and then you grow a plant or you grow a garden with absolutely no effort. You don't have to actually rinse the soil. You don't have to spray pesticides, whatever like actual gardening takes like in real life. Like, if you want to grow a garden, actually buy a plant. Don't play this game. If you want to have the actual effort of the substance that comes with growing a garden, do it in real life. Or maybe play a better garden game. I'm not saying you shouldn't play grow garden. I'm just saying that if you want to actually learn something, you probably shouldn't be playing those games. Because similar to short form content, that's how they function. They are meant to engage farm. They are meant to get time and money out of you. They are meant to just make you feel good about yourself and nothing else. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that you shouldn't play them. If you are going to play them, you should play it in moderation at the very least though. But I'm saying that it is dangerous for you to constantly let your children, or just play it in general at a high regard, or at least if you're going to play these games, diversify your palette, do something else that helps you build your character, because these games are just time wasters. And all reality, because they don't teach you anything, they have no substance, they're not, honestly, in my opinion, they're not even fun. And you could do you if you want to still play them, but I'm just giving you a fair warning beforehand. Oh dear God, this is going to be a similar situation we're having with short form content, where we're going to have a bunch of front page games that are throwaway slop games, and we're going to be playing a bunch of games like that. Yikes. And I know I got a little sidetracked off here. I was talking about the development of children and how it affects the brain, but this issue with Grow a Garden and these slop robots games is a huge issue, because it's literally just like short form dopamine content. You don't learn anything, there's no substance, and also it affects everyone else because the Roblox algorithm is built terribly. Now everyone else has to find the needle in the haystack. There's good games on Roblox. There is good games on Roblox, we just can't find them because of the current state we're built in, the current game page we're surrounded by. These games getting popular are not necessarily bad, it's the effects that take place, and it's our job to fight it. And Roblox should probably do a better job with discovery as well while they're at it. I mean, like, hey man, I don't want to play these games personally, I'm not gonna grow a garden. But yeah. So, what do I say at the end of all of this? When it comes to Grow Garden's presence on the platform, I'm not all that bothered compared to a lot of other people on Twitter, but what can you really say? Twitter's always the place for negativity, hatred, and slurs. Either way, does Grow Garden deserve 1 million plus players? I don't think so. But I do understand and get behind the reasoning as to why it's popular. I've heard some really good things about the game. The game's community seems really chill, and also the concept of just offline rewards. I know it's not a new thing, because mobile games have been doing that for years upon years, but it's good to see it come to Roblox, and hopefully there are like some teams and developers that make an actual innovation on top of the formula with an actual gameplay loop, like not just like clicking buttons to pick carrot and ground. I mean, hey, I know I'm like really talking negative in the positive section, but I mean, I just personally can't get behind the hype on this game. But I can understand why someone would find it interesting. The community seems very welcoming, the concept of the game is not overbearing, so it's easy to get into. And for a lot of children, they just want to have fun, interact with friends, and show off their plans to others, which is very wholesome, I will say. However, the thing is, it will not defend us from the crossfires this is going to do to the Roblox community. Press is going to get his grubby hands on this idea, and there's going to be, oh my god, yeah, corporations ruin Roblox. That's probably going to be next video. Oh my god. I know the negative section of the video was significantly longer than this section, but there's not much to say positive when, I mean, the game is kind of built to be an engagement farm. What am I supposed to say about an engagement farm game? Like, oh my god, the engagement farm is really good at engagement farming. I mean, like, yeah, obviously it's doing its job, and I do think the game does serve its purpose. I do think it's a welcome stay on the platform. People were acting like this end the world, and, you know, this is the next coming of the end, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just really interesting to me that people will say this is kind of the end when Roblox has always had games that favor very casual audiences, and Grow a Garden just tapped into that hidden audience that nobody really tapped into before to a heavy extent. It's a genius method, the way they just kind of made a very low effort game and managed to make it successful. I'm not saying you shouldn't play this game, I'm not saying you should. Once again, do not let my words sway your opinion, but there will be effects, whether it be positive or negative, that is going to happen as a result of Grow a Garden's success. Alright, anyways, that's the end of the video. If you agree with what I said, comment down below, like and subscribe. If you disagree, tell me why in the comment section. I'm very curious with other perspectives. And as always, please, please stay safe out there. This economy's so shitty. Oh my god. It's so bad. Spend your money wisely. Don't buy anything from big games. And also watch out for the weirdos in Roblox. I know I'm just doing a little PSA here, but it's a little bit of a message to all those out there. Anyways, this is Af from Roblox TV. Sign out, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace. Oh wait, actually, I haven't done that. Oh my god, I haven't done that outro in so long, man. Holy god, man. It's been eons since I've done that. I almost scrapped.